What's up YouTube, it's Todd Horst here with Tasty Tracker, and I wanted to do a quick video just playing around with webull, nothing formal, just seeing where it's at. So I've been keeping my eye on webull for quite some time. I think they've made a lot of progress, more development in their system than what most other brokers are doing. So, if you use Thinkorswim now, it's been the same way for 10 years, like no change. Tastyworks has been the same forever. They do patch their desktop client quite often, but to me, it's still not exactly what I'm looking for. And I think what I want in the future is where webull is going. Now, they're still a little bit cluttered and it's only half baked at this point. They're not ready, in my opinion. So that's kind of what this video was about. Just wanted to show around the thick client, the desktop. The other problem I think with webull is they have the mobile app, they have the website, and they have the thick client, like everybody else. But they're all three have separate features that you can do in each one. So it's a little bit annoying. I think you can do more on the mobile app. I think you can do the most on the mobile app. The second most would be on the desktop app, which is pretty close to the mobile app as far as I can see. And then the website is last, which if you know me, I like just using websites. Then I can do everything in Chrome and have a million tabs up and just do everything there. But I don't mind this app. And then I guess another thing I wanted to touch on was a lot of people give flack to webull for really pushing their platform where they're like giving away a dozen stocks just for somebody to sign up. It's kind of a little pathetic. And my excuse there would be that it's a tough market to get into. I think you have to have some reason to get people to be willing to move all of your funds over. With the GameStop stuff last week, I actually didn't really hear anybody using webull complaining about it. I would imagine that they had issues just like everybody else did as far as volatility with the amount of people pounding these systems trying to get trades in. But I didn't actually hear anything. So that's either because nobody's using it, which is probably honestly the more likely scenario, or that it was doing fine. So I guess that's everything I wanted to cover there. What I think generally is these, tabs over here are terrible icons, which, I suppose you would get used to, but at the moment, they mean nothing to me. So that's annoying. But once we get into sort of the charting part, let me see if I can figure out how to minimize that. Okay, once we get into the actual meat and potatoes of the platform, it's actually quite nice. So they have charting here, which looks the same as the charts I typically use on TradingView. So I can have my RSI, my MACD, it's got the volume, it's got earnings here. The one nice thing, this is free, and with the free TradingView, you can only have like 3 indicators on. With this one, I was able to put on moving average. Now, I didn't see simple moving average, but VWAP is one I've used occasionally. MACD, RSI, of course. They do have EMA at the very top here, so you could use that as opposed to moving average if you wanted the exponential. But I went with the 4, 20, 50, 100, and 200, and then I have this last one disabled. So you come over here and then just check all of those off. And so then I get basically all the indicators that I would want on TradingView, but can't have because of the limitation of the free one. And, I'm too cheap to pay for a charting platform because I can get something like this or Thinkorswim, which charts just fine. So I don't really feel the need to pay for it, but anyway, so I have all the indicators that I want here. And then as far as drawing, you click the little drawing indicator up here, and then you can get your normal straight lines, which the trend line, horizontal line, vertical line is basically what I use the majority of the time. Occasionally I will do some channels, but even then you can do 2 trend lines. And then, if you're into Fibonacci and all these kinds of things, they're there. I don't really do that stuff that much. You have different candle types, which is great. You know, if you're into different ways to view the same chart, you can quickly flip between these, which I think is definitely valuable to be able to see something. So I would prefer this one, or actually this one, to sort of get a handle on where it's trading. You can do multiple charts in one window, which is great. I don't, again, typically need that. I set this to 1 year and then to the day, and that gets me right around what I want. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Okay, so then we can come on to the options chain. I set this to vertical, which, you know, if you do single, normally I would click here and then there, and in Thinkorswim that would set up a spread. They don't have a custom type here, so that's annoying, but you can still do verticals, which is what I primarily do. And on the mobile app, it'll say how wide do you want the spread to be, you know, 1, 5, 10, etc. And I don't see where to do that on the desktop, but I can see they're $5 wide by default, which is actually what I do most of the time. So it kind of fits me, but I can imagine how it would not fit most people. So from here then, you know, you can set up your normal columns. Trying to, is it over here? Yes, okay. So I want the delta because I don't see, oh, there it is, percentage of the money. Awesome. And actually, I can get rid of all of these. We'll leave open interest mid. Actually, we'll get rid of mid. And I actually don't need percent change. The overarching, you know, summary, almost every single screen just has too much stuff. There's a bunch of columns over here that I clicked on the little hamburger menu and then chose to remove that widget. So these are, it was like 2 columns, I think, and I removed all but this column, which has a nice active trader if you're into day trading, or a slower trader here, which, you know, you can do the stop loss and take profit all in one, which is nice. So I think the technology behind what they have is most of the time pretty well laid out, but it's a little bit too cluttered, and it's not the whole way there. So I would like to be able to just click on the 2 strikes that I want to form a spread, but as it is now, if I click this, it will sell that spread. If I click over here, it would buy the spread. So I'm going to go something to like 40% in the money. Of course, there's not enough there, so I'll have to go to all here. Oh, I'm looking at the implied volatility. Yeah, so it's probably because the market's closed right now, or because I'm not paying for the data. That's the other thing. You have to pay $5 a month, which, because commissions are free here, assuming execution is good, $5 for the data to me seems unnecessary to have to pay that, but it's not that much. It's definitely worth. But anyway, yeah, so let's put the delta on here for now since I'm not paying at the moment. We'll use that as an approximate. And we'll go to around the 40 delta, which would be somewhere around here. Then I would click here, and then that would sell me the where I'm selling, excuse me, the 31.45, buying the 31.40. If you're into the graph kind of analysis, you can do that here just like Thinkorswim or Tastyworks. I prefer the table. Yeah, so that's basically it. If you wanted a different expiration, you know, you could click off to not get the weeklies, which I think is nice. Most of the time I'm playing only the monthlies. It's only if I can't find the strike I want that I would play the weeklies anyway. And then again, 99% of the time I'm just doing puts, so I can even just select that. So that's a neat feature that a lot of the other brokers don't have. News is right here. Now, I know in Thinkorswim you can have a little window of news, but to have Sort of the news right there is nice. Same with financials. Same with price targets, which this information is great. You know, uh, you can see currently where it's at in the range of the price targets, and then how many people are recommending the buy. Um, where it's at. So it's definitely. I'm not sure. I haven't found where if they say like when there's a new change to it, if it shows up anywhere in the system, but it probably under news. Order flow I haven't really gotten into yet. Splits, oh, that's cool. Okay, and then the general profile. Okay, so that's really it. Um, in summary, I like that the chart is in line. I can have my order down here. I don't like that you have to pay for it. I don't like that you have to select vertical and then it does the spread for you. I expect that all these things will pan out, and in a relatively short period of time, they'll have all this stuff fixed. Then they have a lot of other crazy information that that I like to look at. The sector breakdown. Um, Trying to think if there's anything else. There's a screener in here that's pretty okay. So it might get the job done. But I think it's a platform that I'm expecting will take off and will be my favorite in the future, but it's just not quite there yet. And definitely can't recommend them, especially as anything more than tinkering around. I think I have, whatever the free couple stocks that they gave me, which I think is just GE. But then it's like, I don't even know. I guess it's just because I'm not used to it, but it's just like, where all do I click for this stuff? To have this information under watch list is weird to me. Um, but yeah, so these are not ones that I own. I guess those are ones that I've starred before. Positions G, that's the one that they gave me, and it's been paying out dividends, so the account's growing, but I haven't really done anything at all with it. Anyway, if you're interested in it, the referral link's in the description. But I'll say again, I definitely don't think now is the time to switch over. Hopefully by the end of 2021, they'll be at a point where I could recommend them. But yeah, I'll leave it there. Thanks.